Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to a new video. This week is a dreadful morning, so to cheer us up, we got Ferris Wheel Press. Woo! So this month we had a smaller package. We just had this little guy, which is Tears of Sapphire, which is one of their installation of the FerriTales collection. You guys have seen the rest, but we have so many so far. All of these are FerriTales collection. Let me try and put it kind of in order if I can remember. I think it's been like something like this. And I know that next month we'll be getting a new one for this spot. My plan is to actually do a painting with all of these when they're done, because I haven't been able to use the Queen of Castle yet in a painting. Since we only have one ink to work with in this video, I might pop it in just to see, but I think I really want to try and do just like a monochromatic with this one, because just a really nice blue from what I've seen in the swatches, and it might give me some very nice variation when I dilute it, so it shouldn't have too much trouble like creating a full piece by its own. Before we begin all the whole spiel, Ferris Wheel Press is not sponsoring this video. I am part of their ambassador program, so I get these goodies to try for you, and you have a code that you can use, which is BAHIBISCUART, to get 10% off your next Ferris Wheel Press purchase and also help me in my creative journey. So yeah, without further ado, grab your beverage. I have a smoothie breakfast, and let's get started. So like I mentioned, this is the Tears of Sapphire. This is a brand new installation on the FerriTales. Let me get some close-ups for you. This is super shiny, and it has so many details. It has many and it has I think this is a it's hard to tell, but I think it's like a gateway. You can see like the banner there, some little liliths. The base is blue. There's a red sheen, which is always super nice, and the shimmer is silver. The shading is low, but to be honest, these inks have been having quite a lot of shading anyway, which is super nice. And the box is shiny as always. As you can tell, they always have really shiny. You can see the phone in the packaging. So yeah, they are always very magical, very nice to look at. Let's just unbox this. I just want to see how it looks before. It came out really easily. Look at that. As soon as I took it out, you could see the sparkles. There you go. Oh, they are so fine. Oh, but you can see them. This looks delicious. I'm quite excited to swatch this. So reading the little blurb, the ink tone is deep cyan with silver shimmer. The characteristics: high sheen, cool, jewel tone, crystalline. Curious. Explore the topsy-turvy world of Wonderland and fill your pen with all new luxurious color. I went to the Once Upon a Design tab on their website, and so it says, who knew a single tear droplet becomes a gallon when you are 9 feet tall? The whole silver salt, the swirling pool of your creation. The tides can sometimes feel overwhelming, but you take your time and allow yourself to drift along it. You will find it brings you new friends and new opportunities. Whenever you land yourself on a boat with oars made of knitting needles, or on the back of a griffin, flying towards the clouds, your mind will always find a way for these sapphire tears. So I believe it's when Alice grows really big and fills out the entire room with her tears, which is really in the beginning of the story. So I thought they were going like chronologically, but I don't believe they are. I think I might in the end, when they're done, rearrange them chronologically, just out of curiosity. Again, before we carry on as well, I just would like to mention that these inks only come in this size, the 10mm. This is a special collection, therefore all the inks that are in this collection only come in the 10mm size. So just a heads up, if you order these. My cat is playing. So if you order these, you will get the teeny tiny bottle, which is super adorable, but just a heads up. Yeah, so in the details, there are some they're mentioning some details. And yeah, what I couldn't distinguish what it was, this is Alice's leg. I couldn't really understand what was the shape, but looking at their like noticeable designs, they're mentioning like big legs, many animals and boats. So I was just not really understanding it. But yeah, I'm really curious to swatch this. Ooh, you can see the glitter now. It looks blue because of the ink, but it is silver. So I'm going to grab my paper and let's get started swatching. All right, so let's see how this looks in the end. I'm shaking it quite well. One of you guys actually had a brilliant idea of, I was complaining that when I'm using shimmer inks, I cannot really pile them up. But one of you guys was super brilliant and said to try and just use the ink like without shaking it. So I'm really curious to try that with future paintings, especially the ones that I'm planning to do with all the FerriTales. I'll definitely need to try and only shake them in the end when I want to try and add some sparkles. Super tiny. Okay. Quite deep. Oh, I think I can already see the sheen. It is definitely super high sheen. I can kind of already see a bit of it. It is a very, just so lovely deep blue. Let me try and do the watered version, because that always usually tells me a lot about the ink. And this is me just like dipping my brush in water after doing the swatch. So 0 ink from the bottle now. And now I want to do just plain water. This really is strong. It's still a little blue. I think this is the water. I got this color. So this is really strong ink. And then I like to just drop a few drops here or there just to see how it moves, because I really like to. Ooh, look at it go. Oh, it's actually really pretty. Yeah, I'm just going to do just a line. And then just really water it down just to see how, if it has some separation bits, you never know. Sometimes these inks do surprise you. Let me just try and add some more here. Okay. So now we basically just have to wait to see how it looks. I will try and do just a quick little drawing with this ink just to see how we can take advantage of it. We have some already see the sparkle. We have some very nice variations just from 3 ways of using it. So full on without 0 water, with just the water, with just the ink that was in the brush, and then plain water with just some drops. So we have some very different looks, and I think this ink will allow a lot of value shift and difference. So I'm quite excited to see how it will work. So yeah, I'm going to let this dry. I did this not too long ago where it was a character that was surrounded by a pool of her own tears. So I don't want to go directly there because I feel like I will just be kind of doing the same thing I did before. But I will try my best to think of something interesting, but it will definitely be something about crying. I don't know what, or maybe I could just try a different pose or something else, because it's a very nice concept, but I definitely want to make something a bit different because I basically posted that video not too long ago. I will let this dry and I'll check back with you guys in a second. So this is the ink fully dried and in the sun. I think I'm in love. This is probably one of my favorites from the FerriTales. The color itself, it's quite simple, but the red sheen got me. You'll see in the final drawing, the sheen pretty much makes this ink for me. I need to revisit all of the inks when the whole FerriTales collection is done, but this one gave me such feels and just hit me right in the aesthetic I love the ones that are lilac. I can't remember the name right now. There are some very strong inks in the FerriTales collection, and I just cannot wait to have them all lined up. I know there's one more coming, but I'm not sure if it's the last one. Not sure when they're going to stop making them, but this one was such a strong ink. I love it, love it, I love it. And it was actually really nice to work with because, like I mentioned, it allowed me for such a value hue and shift that it was so nice to use. I didn't felt like I needed to do the trick of not really shaking it because I actually really wanted it to be really strong when I did the line art. Like I mentioned, in terms of the artwork, I didn't really go for the swimming in tears, but I went for hair made of water vibe. Quite similar, but I just needed something quite simple and just chill. Month in truth was quite the busy one, and I'm just trying to get things done left and right so I can go home for the holidays tomorrow, I think, by the time I post this video. I've just been trying to get things done. I am so tired. I just really wanted to share this with you guys as soon as I could, so I tried my best. I'll try my best to rest on the holidays, so this will be my last video of the year. Plus, I still have a few things I need to do, so YouTube kind of has to take a little break, otherwise I just cannot manage. I'm only one person. Just really excited to start a new year. This year was such a big year for growth. Maybe if not in numbers, but at least in accomplishments. I started to going to a lot more cons. I went to my first con in Spain, like outside of Portugal. So it was really nice to see myself grow. I tried to do a bunch of different things as well in terms of my merch, in terms of my artwork. So I'd say this year was a pretty successful one in terms of personal growth. I managed to do my tarot project. I'm proud of myself for this year. It wasn't great in terms of resting. This year was it felt quite rushed when it was each month was spent preparing for a new con. It's not something I want to make a habit of. I love going to cons. It's so nice to meet you guys and just see everyone and see the reactions, but it's not something I want to keep in my life forever. I definitely want to try and have a way where I can just get like passive income and not being dependent on cons every single month, because it is definitely tiring. It was a tricky year to just maintain. My health really took a turn this year, so I think it's quite correlated. I got to work more, but my health really took a turn. So just remember to rest up and don't do it like me. Remember to rest, listen to your friends and they tell you to rest. And yeah, I know it's quite tempting to keep working, to keep pushing yourself because you are seeing growth and you want to try your best, but yeah, definitely try to rest. It's my biggest advice for the next year. I've been doing the last few pieces of ink. I've been using some acrylic white paint to just do a few touch-ups, and in this paint it really worked nicely because in the places that have a lot of red sheen, it actually diluted the ink and made it blue again. So it made for a really nice contrast. I'm quite happy that I decided to go with the white ink this time as well. If you want to take advantage of the sales that are still going on Ferris Wheel Press, you can use my code on top of those, which is BBishkoArt, to get 10% off, plus the sales that you might be able to catch up on your next Ferris Wheel Press purchase, while also supporting my creative journey. And I just want to take advantage to say thank you for this year. We are still a very cozy, nice channel, and I really enjoyed it. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that leaves a comment, that watches my videos. It really means the world to me. And YouTube has just become such a nice platform for me. I've been very fortunate that I don't really get trolls or hate comments, all that stuff. I think I only got one so far while I've been posting. I think I've been posting for maybe 3 years already. So I just want to say thank you for being such a nice community here, and just for putting up with my kind of chaotic videos and not that great edited ones. Thank you so much. Do let me know in the comments What do you feel about this ink? I absolutely love it. The red sheen is everything to me. It just looks so magical and so nice. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and again, thank you so much for this year and happy holidays if you celebrated. If not, I hope you just have the most chill time ever, and please rest and take care of yourself. I see you next year. Bye guys.